Cameras around the world have captured strange encounters, creatures that don't match any known animal. From forests and campsites to backyards and farms, these entities looked humanoid but were so terrifying they'll make your skin crawl. Terrifying CCTV footage from inside a farm shows a Labrador sleeping peacefully when a creepy creature slowly approaches from behind. It looks like some kind of skinwalker. Just before anything happens, a powerful Rottweiler charges in and scares it away. The creature escapes into the dark, but this brave dog truly deserved the best care and love from the owner. Humanoid creature. Now the creature you're about to see is something you've probably never seen before. A guy was exploring the woods in New Jersey when he spotted a terrifying humanoid figure. It had a strange beard on its face and unusually large ears. Nothing like any creature he had ever heard of. As he quietly observed it from a distance, the creature suddenly noticed him. As soon as the creature noticed the guy, he immediately ran away from there. Chupacabra hunt. In a small Mexican town, rumors claimed a chupacabra was on the loose. CCTV footage captured it attempting to enter a yard to snatch rabbits. Thanks to a wired fence and a brave dog, the rabbits stayed safe, forcing the creature to retreat. The chupacabra eventually disappeared into the night, but left the town shaken that the terrifying legends are true. Frogman encounter. Let's go back in time to 2018, when a tourist was camping in Indonesia and experienced something deeply unsettling. Late at night, a creature most people consider mythical, the frogman, appeared near his camp. It was huge, green, and terrifying to witness. The tourist didn't stay to investigate. Overcome with fear, he ran from the campsite immediately and never returned. Peruvian birdman. Locals in a remote region of Peru are reporting something that doesn't match any known animal. A giant humanoid figure with massive wings, a human-like head, and glowing eyes, seen moving between the cliffs just before dawn. What makes it even more unsettling is how calmly it appears, as if it truly belongs there. Some believe it could be a sign of danger, while others think this might not even be its full form. Many have already labeled it the Birdman, but only time will tell what this strange presence really is. Sheep's disappearance. Recently, strange incidents have been terrifying farmers in Mexico as their cattle keep mysteriously disappearing. One chilling case finally revealed the cause: a giant, pale figure resembling a skinwalker, but far larger than anything anyone had ever seen. In mere seconds, it grabbed a sheep and carried it deep into the woods. Now, locals are left terrified and helpless, unsure how to protect their livestock, or even what they're truly dealing with. Mysterious creature. Did reptilian-like creatures really roam the woods of Texas? This question caused serious buzz back in 2019 when a man claimed he saw a reptile, lizard-like figure moving through the trees. Some believed it was an alien, others called it a lizard man. No one ever discovered where the creature came from or where it went. It simply vanished into the woods, leaving behind an unsolved mystery that still unsettles people today. Yard mystery. In California, a local heard strange noises one night. The next day, while checking his CCTV footage, he was stunned to see a pale creature in his yard. It didn't look like a skinwalker, more like an alien, lost and searching for something. He never understood how it appeared or where it went, and he quietly hoped it would never return. Satyr sightings. You may have heard stories about the satyr, but this will shock you. Actual sightings have been recorded on a trail. In this footage, you can see the famous mythical being with a half-goat, half-human body, seemingly searching for something to eat. For those who don't know, this creature is known for misleading people in the woods by whistling, luring them off their path and deeper into the forest. Chupacabra escape. Even today, Mexican farmers keep their dogs well trained, all because of fear of chupacabras. If you think that's just old superstition, then watch this. Earlier this year, a chupacabra-like creature entered a farm. It wasn't the usual big, terrifying type. It looked weak and small. As it approached the sheep, the farmer's loyal dog chased it away. The dog deserves all the credit, but where did the creature went afterward? No one knows. Griffin sighting. For those who thought griffins were just myths, this footage from a Texas trail cam proves otherwise. The camera captured a griffin emerging from the woods and drinking from a stream. Every detail is visible: its massive wings, sharp beak, and powerful stance. This rare sighting shows that the legendary creature may not be confined to stories after all, and it might truly be roaming the wild again. Prehistoric hens. In a village in China, a man spotted 3 strange birds that might remind you of creatures from ancient history. Their bodies looked like normal hens, but their faces had something unsettling, almost like a glimpse of dinosaurs. As you know, China is often linked with secret experiments, so some people wondered if scientists had released them into the fields to observe their behavior. But things didn't go as planned, and the creatures were eventually captured and locked away. Mysterious Rake. In the woods of Colorado, a trail cam captured something strange. The footage was later shared online by authorities. In the video, a pale, animal-like creature can be seen for a brief moment. Its head looked like an animal's, but the rest of its body resembled what people describe as skinwalkers. It appeared only for seconds before disappearing back into the woods. Since then, people online have been calling it a mix between the rake and an animal. Unidentified creature. While heading home, a guy noticed something strange in a roadside puddle. At first, it looked like a greenish jellyfish, just lying there without movement. He kept watching, confused. Then, something unexpected happened. The creature slowly lifted its slimy body and began to walk away. It had no clear eyes. One thing was certain: whatever he saw that night was definitely not something normal you'd expect to find on the road. Demonic creature. It was quite late at night when a guy suddenly heard strange noises coming from his yard. When he looked out the window, he was shocked. A terrifying, demonic-looking creature was sitting on top of a tree. It looked like it was smiling eerily, as if it had come there with a purpose. The man panicked and shut the window immediately. By the next day, the creature was gone, but it left behind a mystery he still can't explain. Upright omen. From a distant field, a farmer noticed something that refused to make sense. A black goat rose onto 2 legs and kept going. Steady and practiced, as if balance came naturally. It crossed the yard, reached the shelter, and slipped inside still upright. There was no trick, no rush to explain it away, just the quiet unease of watching an animal behave like it had done this before. 3-horned dog. A hiker was returning from the woods when strange noises came from a nearby cave. Curious, he stopped to see what it was. What stepped out left him stunned. A massive 3-headed dog. He couldn't believe his eyes and quickly left the area. But I did some digging through old legends and found out it was Cerberus, the mythical guardian from ancient Greek stories, known as a powerful beast that watched over forbidden realms. Seeing it outside a legend raised one terrifying question. What was it doing there? Dark passerby. Indonesian kids exploring the woods, enjoying themselves with sticks in hand. But while one recorded a selfie, something unsettling moved behind them. A dark creature silently passed behind them. It resembled a monkey, but surely wasn't one. Something felt off, unfamiliar, not a normal animal at all. At the time, the kids didn't notice anything strange. Later, watching the video made them realize how lucky they were to escape the vicious creature's territory unharmed. Werewolf encounter. A camper heard strange noises in the middle of the night. Curious, he went to check and stopped in shock. In front of him stood a huge, dark beast, almost like a werewolf. It looked terrifying, but something felt off, as if it was struggling with itself. Panicked, the camper ran away, fearing it might hurt him. Since that night, nothing has ever been seen or heard of that creature again. Unidentified being. If you think these are just wooden sticks, then think again. Look closely. These aren't sticks at all. They are strange beings that actually move. They have no clear shape, don't resemble any known insects, and look like living, shifting branches. What makes it creepier is that they were found floating outside a man's house, almost as if someone left them there. To this day, the mystery is still alive. Terrifying crow. Graveyards at night are already scary, but when something otherworldly appears, it turns into a true nightmare. That's exactly what happened to this man who visited his late brother's grave after dark. Suddenly, a huge, terrifying crow came running toward him, as if trying to chase him away. This was no ordinary crow. It felt unnatural, almost demonic, like it came from somewhere else just to deliver a warning. The man was haunted by what he witnessed that night. Muddy mystery. A video shared online from an unknown source shows a construction site where a crane is lifting mud from the ground. As the mud rises, something unusual moves inside it. Shapes that look like legs can be seen, as if a creature is trapped within. The clip started debate online. Some believe it could be a mythical being caught in the mud, while others think it might be something entirely different, possibly an undiscovered life form. The truth behind the footage remains unclear. Secretly hidden creature. In this video, a guy moves the grass aside and reveals a strange creature hidden underneath. He tries hard to pull it out, but it slips away. Its shape isn't clear. At first, it looks like a fish, but nothing is certain. Humanoid puppy. A guy witnessed something unbelievable in his own yard. Something no one had ever seen before. It was a humanoid puppy. Yes, you heard that right. The pale creature had the body like a hairless puppy, but its face looked disturbingly human, like the result of a secret experiment gone wrong. It appeared scared and confused, and the man had no idea how to react. Eventually, he handed it over to authorities. Since then, no one knows what happened to that strange being. pine squid. Back in 2018, a group of experts went to explore the woods in North America when something completely unexpected happened. They came face to face with a black, terrifying squid-like creature sitting in a tree. Its face wasn't clear, but the long, creepy tentacles were more than enough to scare them. The online world later named it the North American pine squid. Since that sighting, it has never been seen again, but it's still a mystery. Demonic creature. A traveler passing through North Carolina stopped near the woods when something caught his attention. From behind the bushes, a dark creature peeked out. Its full body stayed hidden, but its sharp horns gave it a disturbing, almost demonic look. It seemed to be watching his every move. Feeling uneasy and sensing danger, the traveler didn't wait around and quickly left the area. Alien encounter. There's a small town in Australia where people had built a wall near the woods to stop animals from coming in. One night, the wall was broken, but not by any animal. An alien-like creature did it. It had a big head, dark eyes, and a body very different from what people imagine an alien to look like. Everyone was shocked by how it happened, and no one had clear answers. The creature stayed there for a moment, then disappeared into the woods, and no one ever figured out what truly happened that night. Dark creature. Let's head to Mexico, where a camper heard strange noises in the middle of the night. When he went to check, he saw a dark figure on the road. Its body wasn't seen clearly, and it was in an unusual pose. It looked like a skinwalker, but as we know, they are usually pale. This one was dark. The camper slowly backed away and safely got out, but the encounter stayed with him. Alien body. Back in 1997, a discovery in Mexico shocked many and raised a troubling question. Were aliens really present there? The find was a baby alien-like figure, and from its condition, it didn't seem very old. Scientists reportedly conducted extensive research and numerous tests on the body, trying to uncover its origin, but strangely, none of the results were ever made public. To this day, people wonder what exactly was discovered and why such a mysterious case was never revealed. Chernobyl mystery. An expert visited the Chernobyl site but wasn't expecting what he saw. A strange animal with a skinny body, brown fur around its neck, and a face resembling a dog. It looked like a weak, frail dog, yet something about it was unusual. He speculated it could be a result of Chernobyl's radiation. The site still left the expert puzzled, unsure of what exactly he had encountered in the abandoned zone. Muddy octopus. Sometimes in the woods, you come across sightings that have no clear explanation, and this is one of them. In this clip, you can see a strange octopus-like creature crawling quickly through the mud. The way it moves is so unusual that for a moment, it might even look like a spider. It could also be the result of a scientific experiment, but honestly, you never know what could be hiding out there. Giant centipede. The Amazon is already famous for its unusual creatures, but what I'm about to show you goes far beyond normal. A giant centipede was spotted here, and it wasn't just big, it was enormous. It casually crawled across the area, and seeing it, you can't help but think of something ancient. It reminded many of Arthropleura, an extinct genus of massive myriapods that lived in Europe and North America around 344 to 292 million years ago. Could this be a sign of its return? The Griffin. A video circulating on social media has left many viewers confused. It shows a man casually walking a famous mythical creature, a griffin, across an open field, almost like an ordinary pet.
All right, call ready, and go. Good. Back to me, let's go.
For those who don't know, a griffin is a legendary being with the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle, often seen as a symbol of power and guardianship. Seeing something like this in real life raises a strange question. Are the lines between the mythical world and our real world slowly fading?
Nice job, buddy. One more. Hup. Attaboy.
Rarest dog. You might have seen many types of dogs, but what I'm about to show you is different. Watch this little pup closely. It doesn't have one nose like normal dogs. It has two. Yes, dogs with two noses do exist, like the Andean tiger hound, but this isn't that. What makes it even stranger is the eye-like mark on its forehead. Some say it could be a rare mutation. Others think it's something else entirely. A scientific experiment, maybe? You decide. Flying being. A guy shared a clip online showing a strange being that looked like a rat, but had wings and could glide easily from one place to another.
Awas ngali, cepet awas ngali.
He called it an unidentified creature, but after looking into it, I figured out this wasn't mysterious at all. It was a colugo, also known as a flying lemur. Colugos aren't true flyers, but they can glide long distances using a skin membrane between their limbs. They live in Southeast Asia and are rarely seen, which is why they often confuse people. Dark, unidentified being. A guy was heading home in South America when he noticed a strange, dark creature near a wall, almost like it was digging or searching for something. There was some distance, so its shape wasn't clear, but it looked hairy and otherworldly, maybe even demonic. Who knows? The guy left because he got scared, but where that creature went afterward, no one knows. Rare piglet. In a small village in Colombia, a pig was born that looked nothing like normal livestock. Its body was pig-like, but its face appeared disturbingly humanoid.
Aí pessoal, alguém me explica isso? Minha porca deu cria e nasceu.
Villagers were shocked and confused, unsure how something like this could happen. Some blamed rare genetic mutations. Others thought about environmental causes or secret experiments. No clear explanation was ever given, and the strange birth left the entire village uneasy.
Aí ó, aí pessoal, metade porco, metade humano, não sei o que é isso.
Mysterious flying being. While exploring the woods, a guy noticed a small flying creature. At first, it looked like a bird, but it wasn't one. It was white, with no clear face, almost like a drawing on paper that somehow came to life. It wasn't flying properly, just slightly moving in the air. The guy watched it for a while, confused and unsettled, then left the woods with no clear answers about what he had just seen. Mysterious octopus. In Texas, a man noticed a big hole in his yard and got confused about how it appeared. When he went closer to check, he was stunned. Inside the hole was a terrifying squid-like creature with one huge eye staring back at him. He had no idea where it came from or what it really was. Panicked, he went to call the authorities. But when he returned, the creature was gone, leaving the hole and a mystery behind. Giant owl. Owls carry different meanings in many cultures and countries. But in Oklahoma, one local had an experience he could never forget. Late at night, while returning home, he noticed a huge bird sitting on a roof. At first, he couldn't understand what it was. When he looked closer, he was shocked. It was an owl, but nothing like a normal one. It looked more like the mythical owlman. Suddenly, it vanished from the roof, but the man was left haunted by the encounter forever. Mothman encounter. A group of friends in Colombia decided to research the Mothman and test a mysterious method tied to the legend. They had a tool that, when filled with stones, was said to summon the creature. Late at night, they went into the woods and tried it. To their shock, the Mothman appeared, sitting on a roof with glowing dark red eyes. Its terrifying presence froze them in fear. They ran from the area immediately, and none of them ever dared to return to that place again. Gentle giant. A farmer in Texas entered his barn and saw something he couldn't believe. A huge owl, bigger than himself, calmly perched inside. He had no idea how it got in. Its wings and feet were massive, and its presence was both awe-inspiring and unsettling. After it flew away, he called the authorities. But by the time they arrived, the gentle giant was gone. The sighting left him shaken, and the mysterious encounter became something he would likely never forget. Field goblin. A farmer in Peru got the shock of his life after hearing strange noises coming from his field. Curious, he quietly set up a camera, and what he captured was unbelievable. On the footage, a small creature appeared, looking almost exactly like a goblin from old folklore. It seemed confused, moving cautiously, and luckily for us, it didn't notice the camera. The result? A clear, real-time glimpse of something that most would swear only existed in stories. Woodland dwarfs. A tourist got lost in the woods and accidentally wandered into a restricted area. That's when he noticed two tiny figures moving among the trees. At first, they looked like fairy tale dwarves, but not the friendly kind you'd imagine. There was something off about them, almost unsettling. They moved slowly, confidently, like they owned the forest. And just like that, they vanished into the trees, leaving him wondering if they were watching or reporting back to someone else hidden in the woods. Field haunter. It was a cold November night in 2020, somewhere in Brazil, right on the edge of a forest. A farmer heard a strange, eerie howl and grabbed his flashlight and phone to see what was going on. As he crept closer, he spotted a massive, dog-like creature. But it wasn't any dog he'd ever seen. Before he could get a better look, it bolted into the darkness. People online called it one of the closest encounters with a werewolf ever recorded. And honestly, I'm kind of relieved it ran off. Jungle stare. Some warnings exist for a reason, like not wandering the jungle at night. An Indonesian man found out the hard way. While walking, he froze as a creature sat on a wall, staring straight at him. Its body was covered in black fur, its horns curved like a goat's, and its face.
Assalamualaikum.
Well, terrifying doesn't even begin to cover it. Some locals whispered he'd crossed paths with a jinn, while others claimed it was a glimpse of Satan himself. Either way, that night left him shaken.
Ini apa, guys?
Forest charge. Ever wondered why walking in a forest at night feels wrong? Back in May 2021, a Taiwanese decided to go on a solo night stroll in a dense forest. Locals had been warning him about some creepy creature that had been attacking livestock there. As he made his way through the thick brush, he started hearing growls and weird noises. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, this long-haired, freaky creature with sharp claws jumped at him. He freaked out, pushed it away, and bolted, leaving the forest in his dust. Slope stalker. Many tried to brush this off as digital trickery, but locals in China weren't so sure. While filming a strange animal struggling up a slope, they moved closer. The creature had a bear-like face and the body size of a small dog. Nothing familiar. Suddenly, it charged straight toward the cameraman, fast and aggressive, and the footage abruptly ended. Some believe it could be an undiscovered species, while others whisper about lab experiments gone wrong. Tent shadow. This took place out in the countryside. A group of friends were inside their tent when one of them suddenly pointed out something strange outside. Panic kicked in.
What? Run! Run!
and they ran. When the camera later focused back on the campsite, a dark shadow could be seen moving against the tent, shaped like something standing upright. It looked disturbingly unnatural. Leaving the area right away was probably the smartest choice they made.
Oh.
Forest intruder. While hiking through a quiet stretch of woods, the man heard something moving close by. Slow, deliberate footsteps that didn't sound like an animal. Curiosity got the better of him, and he stepped closer. That's when he saw it, a small goblin-like figure standing in plain sight. Without warning, it hurled a rock and sprinted into the trees. He chased it for seconds, but whatever it was vanished fast. Field capture. From an undisclosed rural area, a shaky clip started circulating among locals who claimed they had finally captured what had been stalking their fields. The creature, trapped in a crude snare, looked completely wrong. It was the size of a dog with the presence of a bear, but its features didn't fully match either. No expert could identify it, yet the locals had already begun whispering that this strange being was none other than El Chupacabra. The footage left everyone unsettled. Rare piglet. Did you hear about that piglet born in China? It had 2 bodies and 8 legs, and lived only a few minutes. Once pictures and videos spread online, people were shocked. Its appearance was so unusual and freaky, almost like something out of a nightmare.
一个头，2个身子，8个腿，其余的都全秃。它生下来不到几分钟。
Most experts believe it was caused by a rare genetic mutation or environmental factors. Cases like this are extremely uncommon, but this tiny, deformed piglet amazed and horrified everyone who saw it.
一个头，2个身子，8个腿，其余的都全秃。它生下来不到几分钟。
Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. A strange case recently emerged in a Peruvian village that left everyone unsettled. A farmer discovered one of his pigs was missing, and when he checked the CCTV footage, he was shocked. A giant cryptid with pale skin, glowing eyes, and towering height had entered his livestock pen and carried off the pig. The creature was so terrifying that the farmer couldn't confront it. Since then, locals have been living in fear, unsure what to do. No one knows when or where it might strike again, leaving the village on edge and full of unanswered questions.